would like to clear it, but no idea how. All right. Talk to people, and then continue.
This way.
Great view, isn't it? I have to say, Greyfell is more fun to look at than Calabrock.
Is it?
Hell yes. I mean, if spikes and chains and nails are what you're into, I guess it's pretty. Not my kind of aesthetic, though. Either way, something you need.
You and Wraith don't like each other, do you?
Well, I don't have a problem with him. He's the one dishing out the cold stares.
How come?
No, it's always been like that. I never got it, to be honest. I think it's because we're so different. See, General, Wraith has always been the silent, brooding type. He's a thinker, and for him, motivations are as important as results, even if he never tries to claim otherwise. Take what happened to his family, for example. He hates himself for it, and he thinks there's something noble about that self-loathing. Almost like a never-ending funeral rite, you could say. I, on the other hand, am not a man for regrets. I act, I reflect, and I don't look back. It's almost poetic, that.
And that's why Wraith dislikes you?
I think so, yeah. To him, I'm a primitive, selfish, drunken brute whose recklessness is the only reason he made it so far. I'm everything he detests.
Did you ever try to make up?
Yeah, recently actually. The day after we got back from the Crimson Mire.
How did that go?
Just how I expected. He gave the right answers, nodded in the right places, but walked away with that same sullen look on his face.
And that's all? He dislikes you because he thinks you're selfish?
No, you don't understand, General. He thinks his wife and his kid are dead because he was too selfish. In his eyes, I still am selfish, and hence, in that strange and twisted way his mind works, I embody a part of his old self. I embody the reason his family's gone. But then again, I might be wrong. Maybe it's just that back in the communes, I became quite popular over the years, and he didn't. Things like that stick.
I see.
I'm glad that Catrus is actually a party member, because he was actually an interesting character back in the Purity Wars. Unfortunately, they didn't let you recruit him. But oh well.
This may sound a little odd, but I've been wondering. What are a mercenary leader's long-term goals? How do you plan to grow old?
Right into the deep stuff, eh? Honest answer, I don't know. I don't spend much time dwelling on these kinds of things.
Wouldn't that help?
Why? So that I can picture myself all old and saggy trying to resurrect the shriveling snake down there? No, I'll pass. The more you think about these kinds of things, the more you worry. Until I'm too weak to wield an axe and too boring to go carousing with, I don't see the point in brooding over the thought.
How's the morale of your men?
What do you mean, morale? The Queen pays us, we're happy. End of story.
Not you, though, right? You're not here for the money.
Oh, let's not do this, shall we?
Do what?
Solemn declarations of ideals, me telling you that I've changed. If my years as a mercenary have taught me anything, it's that words are worth nothing. If I had a penny for every time I told some rich fool what he wanted to hear because it got me where I wanted, I would be shitting in golden potties by now. So this one time, judge me by my actions, not by my words. Deal?
Deal. So, Catrus, are you
Oh my
with someone?
God.
By the Guardians, are you flirting with me, General?
Yes.
Oh, scandalous. Here I am, an innocent nobleman, fighting the end of the world, yet all the fabled General Arev thinks about when seeing me is... canoodling.
Innocent my ass.
You wound me. Scandals aside, you're definitely a treat for the eye, General, and you have fire in you and a sense of humor, which is always a plus in a woman. Question is, what are you expecting from this?
Canoodling sounds like a good place to start.
Really? Oh, well, that comes as a surprise. Well, let's find somewhere private.
Perfect.
Ooh, that was great fun. Always helps to unwind after a long day. Thanks a lot, General.
The feeling's mutual. Now, back to work. Shall we?
That's the spirit.
Nice. I actually lost some focus. That's hilarious.
General, come for a chat.
How do you do it?
Do what? Look so dashing.
No, how do you always make light of everything? It just feels like, I don't know, nothing ever gets to you.
Huh. Let me tell you a story, General. Once upon a time, there was a dark elven boy. Like every dark elf from Calabrook, he one day found himself on a bunk bed in a dank room cut into a cave reeking of mold, sweat, and boiled cabbage. His memories were gone after drinking the brown liquid, and everything about his new surroundings terrified him. So that's also how he behaved. Eyes downcast, voice low and whispery. Like the hyenas children are, the other boys quickly caught scent of his weakness. And so only 1 week after his admission into the communes, the boy found himself surrounded by 3 other boys, demanding his breakfast ration, mushrooms and a crust of bread.
What did he do?
He handed both over, and he did the same thing the next day, the day after, and the weeks that followed. But the boys decided that merely depriving him of his food wasn't enough, and spiced up their morning visits with clouts, punches and kicks to the gut. It went on for months, until one night, the boy found himself awake in bed, so deeply terrified of the following morning that he considered giving up altogether. He knew where the overseers kept the brown liquid, and he also knew that one of his brothers had ended it in a similar fashion the year before by drinking 2 bottles of it straight.
What about Wraith? You joined the communes the same year, didn't you?
Wraith was one of those boys who compensated for his lack of muscle with wits. He made friends with some of the older boys by running errands for them every now and then. So when the boys who bullied me tried to pull the same stunt on him, 2 broad-shouldered 50ers showed up and showed them their place.
Smart.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
There are overseers in the communes, right? How come they didn't do anything?
That one's easy, because the whole idea of the communes is weeding out the weak.
Wait, you contemplated suicide? Just because the other boys beat you up?
Were you ever a child, Erev? For boys, the approval of their peers is all there is. And not only did the boy not have that, the others hated and ridiculed him. The boy had no friends, no family, no prospect of things ever getting better. All he had was fear.
But the boy didn't kill himself.
No, because when he snuck inside the laboratories where the overseers kept the liquid, he realized something. Most of his dread was fear. The boy was afraid of the grim days that lay ahead of him. The boy didn't fight back because he was afraid of the pain they would inflict on him if he did. In short, the boy was afraid of a future that hadn't even happened.
And then?
Then he realized that even if the future and the world were as grim and dark as he thought they were, he sure as fuck wouldn't give it the satisfaction of being afraid of them. He could spend his whole life in fear. It wouldn't change a damn thing. All that mattered was action. And on that night, he had 2 choices. Ending it under the assumption that it wouldn't get any better, or wiping away those fucking tears and actually doing something for a change. The next day, when the boys came for his bread, he broke their leader's nose. They broke his hand in return, but they left. When they came back the morning after, the boy awaited them with a bottle of poison, which he threw right into their faces. They didn't come back after that. And a year later, they were eating out of his hand. What I'm getting at, fears and doubts are useless. You'll never change anything by worrying about it. Just do all you can, and once you have, fucking stop worrying. So, do I want to see Jakku stopped? Yes. Do I spend endless nights brooding over all the things that could go wrong? No. Even if my fight against Sir Evil God will be my last one, I'll make sure I go out with a grin on my face.
That's a good way to look at life.
What about Sarobi? Aren't you afraid of what's going to happen to her if she pursues her military career?
I had a feeling you'd bring that up. Yes, Erev, I am afraid. But I offered her a way out and she didn't want it. It's all up to her now, as much as it fucking hurts.
I don't buy it. There must be something you're afraid of.
I never said I wasn't. I just try to keep my fears in check, and judging by the way you perceive me, it seems to work just fine.
Fair enough. Fear can be useful, though. It can raise your awareness of dangers.
Really? Do you need to tell yourself over and over that putting your hand in a fire will burn you? You can assess the risks of a situation and act accordingly. But once that's done, focus on your actions rather than the possible outcomes.
Interesting. Thanks for sharing that with me.
Glad to be of service.
Good story. Oh, now I can have sex with her whenever I want. Perfect.
Let's
do it again.
canoodle.
What, again? Blazes, General, you truly are a vixen. But sure, lead the way. Ooh, that was great.
The feeling's mutual.
That's the spirit.
They made an entire separate, like, location just so I can have sex with him.
Stay close.
Great.
General, come for a chat.
Alright.
I'll be going.
So long.
Let's check up on everyone else.
Yes?
Farewell.
Good day, General.
Okay. Good there.
If it isn't the puny paleskin.
I have to.
Yes, yes,
there.
do as you please. Now, back to work.
What do we have?
Why is everything still spinning?
Nothing
See you later,
new
Rara.
with
See ya.
You.
Over here.
No new bounties. I'm glad there's a quest that's just reserved for, like, oh, there's a new bounty available. That's great.
What's this?
The Throne Hall, the inviolable inner sanctum of Greykeep. Here lies Nortender's seat of power. The
Keep it up. All right. Time to report to Her Majesty. Yes.
Yes, General?
Thanks for the chat.
Of course. Listen for the storm.
I will.
Yes?
What? And you thought you could just walk in here and all would be forgiven? You are a war criminal, Catrus Vertarth. You helped Rondor Lacane in the Purity Wars. Regardless of what your intentions may be now, the Crown does not forget.
That may be so, but she needs me. Without me, my men, and the information I have access to, you will have a hard time tracking down those sleepers you're after. That being said, once all this is over, I'll accept my punishment, whatever it is. But for now, please let me help you. I'm trying to do good here.
Fine. You will be granted temporary amnesty until the threat has been taken care of. So will your men.
Thank you. Trust me. These technologies and new men I hired will be worth their...
Tell us what you found out about the sleepers and that masked woman.
I think you're dealing with the Dark Crescent. A group of terrorists that separated from the Exalted Father's realm. In short, they committed over 36 terrorist attacks on the public. Though they've never been caught, we know that it's a former sleeper who's leading them. A woman with extraordinary abilities, who burned down her wellspring and everybody in it before breaking ties with the realm. She's the one you fought in that village in La.
What more can you tell us about her? About the masked woman?
Not much, I'm afraid. Sleepers are stripped of their names once they enter the wellsprings. All I know about her is that she's extremely powerful. Probably the strongest sleeper the realm has produced in a while. But who knows? Maybe that title will go to Sorobi soon. Bloody girl. Bloody stubborn girl.
Most powerful sleeper or not, she is made of flesh and blood, as we all are, and can thus be dealt with. What worries me more is that we are dealing with an extremist. This means she will probably not listen to diplomacy and reason.
Probably not, no. And as for the extremist part, keep in mind that sleepers are completely bonkers. They lack all empathy and humanity as we define it.
Meaning?
Meaning she probably thinks more like a construct. A golem, if that makes sense. Her brain has concluded that for whatever reason, helping Sir Evil God into our world is the right thing to do. And she's dead set on making it happen.
How come Wraith doesn't know about them?
I'm wondering the same thing.
Because it only just happened 3 years ago. Just when you became an exile, in other words.
How How sure are you it's them?
Very sure.
Why did this Dark Crescent turn on the Dark Elven realm? What's their agenda?
Well, that's the thing. Nobody knows. Most of their attacks seem completely arbitrary. Sometimes they targeted members of the Soul, sometimes workers, sometimes their only intent seemed to be to do as much damage as possible. Then again, keep in mind that sleepers, like all Dreamweavers, think differently than we do. There might be a logic in their actions that we simply don't understand. Yet.
Since you're speaking in the past tense, I assume the Dark Crescent hasn't terrorized anyone in a while?
Correct. A year ago, they just disappeared into the shadows.
To start harvesting souls for the God of Light.
But what interest would a terrorist group have in bringing the God of Light into this world?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, then at least we now know who we're up against. The Dark Crescent. The question is, how do we find them?
Well, that's the problem. As terrorists, the Crescent works from the shadows, so nobody knows where their hideout is, if they even have one. But my men are on it. We'll do everything in our power to find them, and we'll let you know once we've found something.
Fine. I suppose it is the best we can do for now. You did good work, General.
Do you think the battle in the mire will have consequences? Sorobi, Catrus's daughter, said she'd report us to the realm.
May I?
Yes.
Frankly, I doubt it. On the contrary, if what the Exalted Father wanted was to get rid of the Fleshkin without the involvement of the Strength, then if anything, we did him a favor. I'll grease some palms to make sure the official reports say it was just a mercenary army.
Either way, you must be very tired. Shall we reconvene tomorrow? Frankly, I could do with a small recess myself.
With your permission, I could use a rest, yes.
Good. Then the audience is hereby concluded. Let the ambassador know if you're ready to discuss further
I could
steps.
do a rest after having sex with Catrus twice in less than, an hour. Whew!
Out of the way.
Oh, some of these are actually pretty good. That's just a heal. That's nice. I'm taking that one. And you are going to have that wand of healing. You are my healer. Very good. I'll talk to them afterwards.
General, is there anything I can help you with?
Is Her Majesty free to see me? I'm ready to discuss further steps.
She is indeed. Let me inform our allies.
Well then, let us pick up where we left off. You managed to find answers to all of our questions. That is commendable. We are facing a group of rogue sleepers called the Dark Crescent, who are trying to bring the God of Light back into our world to invoke an ancient Aliani prophecy, Jakku. And apparently, Jakku depends on 4 people who the God of Light has made his tools, with or without their knowledge. Am I correct, Kayawu?
The corrupted, yes. If we stop them, we stop Jakku. At least I hope so.
Which leads us back to the big question. How do we figure out who the corrupted are? Lacane was one, that much is certain. And the masked woman, in all likelihood, is one too. But the other 2? We are still guessing. Not to mention that we still do not know if the Dark Crescent has a base of operations of sorts. And if yes, where it is.
Your men are still on the Crescent's tail, aren't they, Catras?
Like a priest chasing the hem of a virgin's skirt, yeah. But so far, all we know is that the Crescent are running around Calibrock, Greyfell and Everlight, breaking into homes and stores as though they're looking for something. All this while they're roaming the country, siphoning people for this hoard of souls. According to my reports, they raised at least 2 more villages. One in Nortander, one in La.
All the more reason to find out where they are hiding.
As I said, we're on it.
Wraith, when we came back from the Howling Steppes, didn't you say you might have an idea how to...
Figure out the corrupted identities. Yes, I was just about to come to that. It's a shot in the dark, but probably our best option. Your Majesty, may I?
Please.
Good. Remember when I told you of the Tapestry of Souls? An ocean of lights in darkness, representing every consciousness. If my theory is right, these corrupted souls would look and feel different than normal ones. Anomalies. If I was somehow able to glance into the tapestry long enough, I might be able to identify them. There's only one problem. Doing this would require a great deal of magical energy.
Could we call back the other circle mages to help you?
Can we afford to lose that much time? No, I think there's a different way. The Jade Staff. It's an artifact a Hibernian prince used for his experiments. All the sources point to a temple in Old Halu, up north. What could make this expedition even more worthwhile is that this Hibernian prince is reputed to have been fascinated with the Veil and other realities. Maybe we could also find new information about the God of Light there.
You said you noticed patterns in the Tapestry of Souls. Wouldn't you have found these anomalies before?
I didn't look for them. And considering how many souls there are on Io, noticing 4 odd ones among them by pure chance would be like spotting 4 black grains of sand in a desert.
Do you think the Hibernians knew something about the God of Light?
It's possible, considering the God of Light figures in many of Io's religions. I guess we'll see.
So we have to retrieve the artifact from Old Halu in order for you to identify the corrupted.
Try to identify the corrupted. As I said, I can't guarantee this will work. What do you think, Your Majesty?
It seems like our best option. Go then. The Quartermaster will provide you with the resources for the expedition. And whatever you do, be careful. A Hibernian temple that's been vacant for so long is apt to be dangerous.
Oh, right.
Over here.
Let's go talk to Wraith. And then we're gonna head outside and grab those newest bounties. And then we head off.
General.
You still owe me an explanation for what happened in Calibrock. Who was Syeth? And what does she have to do with the death of your family?
And here I was hoping you'd forgotten about it. Fine.
Never.
I promised you the truth, didn't I? I can tell you, but it's not exactly an uplifting story. Also, I imagine you have better things to do.
I want to know my allies. I helped you in Calibrock, so at least tell me what this is about.
As you wish. Come, let's talk somewhere else. Somewhere with less people around.
Atop the mammoth stronghold of Greykeep sits King's Vantage, a gathering place of merchants.
Well then...
Wait, less
you've
people
heard
have you
about
move into the
Bloodburn,
middle of the square?
haven't
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Then you know it only affected people who weren't magically gifted. I already told you in La that my family, my wife, and my boy died from the Bloodburn. What you don't know, though, is that I could have prevented it. I thought Syeth was responsible, but she was right. I'm to blame. To make it short, when the Bloodburn first surfaced, I refused to see it for what it really was. When the rest of our village fled, I forced my family to stay. And when it hit a week later, it happened fast. I didn't notice because I'm a mage and it didn't affect me. But when I got back home from the laboratory, my wife, Jerobi, and my son, Atros, greeted me at the doorstep. Their eyes swollen and their foreheads burning with fever.
How come your son didn't live in a commune?
Because we didn't live in Calabrok, but in a small village near the coast. Most children there are brought to the Calabrok communes when they come of age, but there are exceptions.
What was your profession?
I told you I was a mage of the intelligence. A scholar.
Yes, but how did you provide for your family? Research alone doesn't pay for food.
It does in the realm. If you're a part of the intelligence and the Council deems the focus of your work worthy, it will provide for you as long as you pursue your studies. That's what Scythe and I did in that village. We studied the nature of life and death.
What were they like? Atros and Jerobi.
Different than me. Atros was only 7 when he died, but he took after Jerobi. Good-hearted and optimistic. I never understood how she did it. She had been through hell, and yet she didn't let it bring her down. Still don't understand what she saw in a pessimist like me.
I understand her. You're intelligent and you're kind.
What makes you think I'm kind?
I don't know. It's just something about you. You're distant and withdrawn, but I can tell.
If you say so.
Why didn't you flee with the others?
Well, what I told Jerobi was that the rumors were superstitious nonsense. A plague that spreads through a song in the wind. Nonsense.
Only that wasn't the full truth.
Mostly I ignored it because I was too absorbed with myself. All I cared about was my work. My experiments. I was on the verge of a breakthrough, and had I abandoned the laboratory, they would have failed. So I rationalized the danger, and stayed. I spent the next fortnight watching them die. And there was nothing I could do. All my life I'd spent studying the nature of life and death. Yet they withered away right before my eyes.
You're a mage. Did you try to heal them?
Of course I did. But it was pointless. And even though I tried to tell myself otherwise, I knew it the moment they opened that door.
Huh. And that's when you broke ties with the realm.
Oh, I didn't break ties. I just ran. To tell you the truth, I don't even remember. It was all blurry. Fragments. I must have spent at least a moon in my home, drinking myself to oblivion. When I finally came to my senses, I was lying in an abandoned fisherman's hut somewhere in the swamps, covered in dirt and bug bites.
That must have been just weeks before you met Tahar, right?
Yes. Have you ever lost someone, General? Someone who was the world to you?
Not like you have, no.
Then you can't know how it feels. That kind of pain. It never goes away. Every day it's like I'm walking through this fog. And while I know I'm alone, I can still see their silhouettes up ahead, reminding me of what once was. And what could have been if I hadn't murdered them. Scythe was also an intelligence scholar, and we worked together in the laboratory. Just a few weeks before I came here, I found out that she'd been to a village the Bloodburn had infested long before it came to ours. So I shifted the blame onto her. Had she told me how dangerous the Bloodburn was, I would have fled with the others. I told myself. It was nonsense, of course, and she was right. I ignored the warning signs even when they became so evident that she left. And all because I was too arrogant to abandon my research. I killed them.
You didn't kill them, Wraith. You made a mistake.
The result's the same.
I'm sorry for your loss.
So am I. I guess if there really is a silver lining to everything, then mine is that their death made me realize something. Ultimately, we're on our own. As long as you make your purpose for living something outside of your control, you're doomed to lose it all eventually. You'll never make that mistake again. Anyway, I've been rambling on for too long. I hope I satisfied your curiosity, General. I will see you on the next mission.
All right. Man, his story is the best. It's just the best. Catris is a close second. He's more comedy than anything else.
What do we have here? All right, then. I can take care of that.
Armors and shields, everything from copper daggers to moonsilver swords. Come again. May Tiara bless your path.
War after war has scarred Fiara, altering the tides of power across much of the continent. In Nortender, a fragile hope for peace drives the efforts to rebuild a ravaged kingdom. A new beginning dawns for the Morhir, as their new
Old Hollow. Oh. We're gonna go visit the Larian Swamps one more time.
A few maps exist in the Greykeep
absolutely
libraries of the Loranian swamplands. A vast underground swath of bog and marsh on the fringes of the Exalted Father's realm.
And I can't find the goo.
It is a dark, damp, and dismal place. Seldom.
I really do wish there was a function to reveal the map.
What is it?
Okay.
Oh.
I am
yes.
on it. Of course.
Huh?
Yeah. This map is way too big to look for goo. Actually, I can probably look it up. Hang on. Community discussion. What is this called? Immaculate Fire. Okay, so from what I'm reading from the forum, it says it is south-southwest of this camp.
Yes, I will do it.
Okay, it is a bug. It is a bug, and it works for some people, and it doesn't for others. That's good to know. I thought it was a bug. There was no way it'd be this hard to find. Alright. Well, since now I know it's a bug.
War after war has scarred Fiora, altering the tides of power across much of the continent. In Nortender, a fragile hope for peace drives the efforts to rebuild a ravaged kingdom.
Very good. Silver Drifter's Hollow. Let's go.
The cool, earthy air rushes to the mine's entrance like a mountain's exhale. Where once this was a hub of activity, filled with sounds of pickaxes and creaking mining carts, it is now an empty carcass. But though the miners and laborers have long since moved on, evidence of their passing remains.
You were saying?
Hear that? Something clicked.
I can't...
No. Plate resetted.
Aye. I'll catch up.
No. Plate resetted.
Ancestors, guide us. Stick to the path.
Lead on then. Really? Try to keep up.
Okay. Where does that open? What does that do? Am I just leaving her on there for no reason?
Sure.
There's another one.
Did you hear? Something... no. The plate resetted. I'm here.
This way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stay close. Over here.
Try to keep up.
Did you hear? Something clicked.
I can't see anything happening, though. There must be more of these.
More lost souls. What a pleasant surprise.
One of the Reavers. And a spirit!
That's the last one in there. See? They come after me immediately. What the hell is wrong with this? That's not how you program AI, by the way. That's just badly programmed AI.
Go ahead.
Why are you running past them? What is wrong with you? Look at this AI. Just look at it. It's so stupid. It's trying to attack me because that's how the fucking developers programmed it, and it's just standing there getting mauled to death by my skeletons. Like, don't make your AI like this.
I'm listening.
It's not fun. It doesn't make sense.
Huh. The thing doesn't budge. Maybe it's tied to a mechanism. We should look around the cave. Here we go. All open. Let's see.
Done. Okay, we have to gather everyone, I guess.
We should move.
Do you need me?
Yes?
What do you need?
What is it?
What is going on? Stop.
A storm is coming.
Annoying.
What do you want?
Why does it keep doing that?
What do you need?
Alright, we're done. Let's get out of here.
War after war has scarred Fiara,
Ugh,
altering the
frickin'
tides of
AI
power
system is
across much of the continent.
Ridiculously dumb.
In Nortender, a fragile hope for peace drives the efforts to rebuild a ravaged kingdom. A new beginning dawns for the Morhir. The canyons in the southern region of Leonider are as storied as they are winding. It was here that the fledgling House Leonider lured House Ukilir into a trap.
Okay, keep your guard up. There's plenty of hiding places for bandits around here.
If we're quick, we might be able to take them out before they can organize.
Good idea. Let's move. Yes. Guardians! Where did that come from?
How about some bandaging?
I'm fading.
Yes?
Another of those spirits we should kill for Burgle.
Let's go find its bones and burn them.
Look at that, boys. We're in for some fun.
Really?
Your graves are calling.
Out of the way. There's the body, but where are the limbs?
At once.
Go ahead.
Damn it! Healing
Yes?
now!
I could use some healing!
That spirit was angry. The rest of the bones must be around here somewhere.
Then we'll need to burn all of them to put the spirit to rest.
Right. Keep your eyes open.
Ugh, crump.
Over there?
Lead on then.
You know the way,
Wrong
right?
place, wrong time, friend.
This way.
So every time I'm gonna face those spirits again.
An arm. Great.
Ugh, crump. At once.
So ignore it.
Hi, what you looking for? Oh, that'll do.
This ends now!
A leg.
Keep going. Let it fight back.
What do we have? Found another arm.
You lead, I follow. Please! Surrender now! Ancestors,
Stay
guide
close.
us.
What's this?
Ow. There's a secret cave here.
Ugh, now my socks are wet.
Over there! One of the Reavers!
Yep.
What do you need?
Back up a little bit.
Yes?
Having that healing staff is actually really good. It's keeping my skeleton alive. Nice. Dragon scale armor. Sweet.
Really?
Huh. Interesting.
Sure.
Wait, there's a horse up there.
What do we have here?
Oh no. It's gonna starve to death. Oh, you poor horse.
Keep it up.
How do you even get up there?
Over here.
Well, I'm sure it'll hop off eventually. There's a skeleton with a rope. I've never noticed any of these in the environment.
What's then the other leg? Wonderful. All right, that should be the last one.
Nowhere to run now.
Could use some healing. I'm fading.
Try to keep up.
Oh, yes?
Damn it! Healing now!
Is that the best you can do?
We should move.
Oh, it's a circle around.
Go for the eyes!
Over there?
Of course. I'll catch up.
War after war has scarred Fiora, altering the tides of power across much of the continent. In Nortender, a fragile hope for peace drives the efforts to rebuild a ravaged kingdom. A new beginning dawns for the Morhir, as their new settlement finally takes shape.
I still don't know where King's Crossing is. Anyways, let's go back to
Atop the mammoth stronghold of Greykeep sits King's Vantage, a gathering place of merchants, servants, and nobles alike. From here, the high towers of the keep encircle the
I should be able to finish the game today. I mean, I don't see how it lasts more than another
If it isn't the puny
11 hours, right?
Paleskin. Yes?
I got the essence. Here you go.
Splendid! Just give me a moment.
Synergy Essence. You receive Synergy Essence. Depending on which you choose, you will unlock a second or third Synergy ability depending on the chosen Essence and your own skill tree. To see which Essence result in which skill, open the glossary and head to the Synergy spell entry in the Game Mechanics category. Creatures around the user. Applies Arcane Shield. Triggering Cursing Strike with every attack to enemy creature. It's a 5% chance to apply any of those conditions. It's not bad. Does it affect channeling skills? This is more of a tanking one. I'll take this one instead.
Ta-da! A real beauty, as always.
Thank you.
It's one of my finest works, that's for sure. Oh, the beauty of true art. I don't think there's more I can do with it, though. Use it wisely, puny Paleskin.
I have to be going.
Yes, yes, do as you please. Now, back to work.
Oh, that's better. Divine Perception. Oh my god, that's glorious. Applies Empowered. Attack damage and power multiplier for all abilities. I mean, that's just good, right? And he looks so sick in that. Oh my god. And it costs him next to nothing to cast these spells now. Perfect. Oh. Oh, he can use it though. That looks sick. Oh my god. I want that to be my armor. If I equip him with this, though, he is a much better 100% siege resistance. Whew. Yeah, but he's a much better tank than her now. So I can switch her out. Oh, yeah. Here, I'll do this. Constitution needs to be maxed. Strength needs to be maxed. There you go. Apply. Oh, that's why my dex is okay. It's okay. Oh, we don't need hit sword anyway. Worthless sword. We got the Archon shield. Ooh, it glows. Sick. Movement speed up, attack speed up. Oh, when health is below. Never mind. Firstborn helmet is much better. Okay, let's see here. After landing, I can get Reckless Frenzy, but